to experience this and take my wellness to a new level. So yeah, Boomy, I'm looking forward to hearing some other people and their experiences. So who wants to go first?
Well, I know I'm gonna either call on Ella or Charlene. Charlene and she has a team of ladies. They just got started with us on the challenge maybe about 3 days ago, and their videos are just like so full of energy. They're having fun with it. So hey, Charlene, are you out there? I don't know. Maybe if Charlene had to.
Hey,
Oh, there she is.
yeah, I'm here. I'm getting my eyes done, so I'm kind of like blind right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's been awesome though doing this juicing. Me and my team and stuff, we've been like having fun doing the videos because we really wasn't doing a whole lot of videos with our business, but just doing the juicing has really kind of like changed as far as my eating habits and making me have more energy and stuff. So I'm just excited in doing it and just experimenting with vegetables and the fruits and stuff. I don't know how they feel, but it's just been awesome. I just been having a good time doing it.
Well, you know what? I want to pose this question to my father. And what I've seen you doing so far, Charlene, is you've been using the blender, right?
Yeah, no, I've been using my it's called Vitamix.
Oh, you've been using the Vitamix. Okay, all right.
It looks like because the blender is beside it, but I'm using my Vitamix or whatever. But the blender sits beside it, but I've been using that.
Okay, you've been using the Vitamix. So I had a question because I wanted my father to speak on this. I know we had a juicer coming out, we had a Vitamix, and I'm not home right now, so I used a blender today, and I was like, oh, I got to get used to that. So, hey, Dad, if you could just kind of give your some feedback and opinion on, what the differences are, what you would recommend, or if all of them are good. When's the best time to use the juicer? When's the best time to use, Vitamix? Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. I can speak to that because I'm in my kitchen as I speak, and I'm looking at all three of those devices. And I'll start with the juicer first because over the last 20 years, I've used the juicer. All of these devices are good, but they serve somewhat of a different purpose, especially the juicer. The juicer extracts all the pulp out and you have just the juice. Let's say, for example, if you were ill and you wanted to get the maximum nutrition into your cells, you absolutely would use the juicer because the juicer will allow the juice to.
If somebody has a hold on one second, Daddy. Somebody has a TV in the background. You could just press mute on your phone so we wouldn't hear the background noise of the television. I appreciate that. Okay, go ahead.
The juice will allow almost immediately the juice to go right into your bloodstream, into your cells, and that will help you to get well, to eliminate diseases. So the juicer is the most powerful one of all. If I had to use one, I would be the juicer because I can pretty much do everything with the juicer that I can do with the others. Because if I wanted the pulp, I got the pulp. I can still eat the pulp. I can still put the pulp into whatever I want to put the pulp in. But the juice itself is what you want to get into your bloodstream and help to, to fight off disease and so forth. Now, having said that, I got the Vitamix. I've used the Vitamix. The Vitamix is absolutely a powerful tool. It's a high power blender. I got the Vitamix Super 5000. And by the way, my juicer is called the Juice Power Juice Extractor Gold. So I got the top of the line of this equipment. Now the Vitamix is a powerful tool. It's a power blender. It will pulverize pretty much anything that you put in there, and so you get the benefit of everything that's in the fruit or everything that's in the vegetable. That's good as well because They're just different purposes for each of those. Now, the NutriBullet, I just call that a convenient machine because it's you can make your smoothie or whatever you want to make in a smaller quantity. It's much more convenient. You can do it quickly. They got this design where you got the cup and you can just take it with you. But much like the Vitamix, it's more of a blender. Definitely not a juicer because you have all the fiber, all the total ingredients, whatever is in the fruit, the vegetables, you get to consume that, and that's good as well. So they serve different purposes, and they're all are good. Is one not necessarily better than the other, but depending on the purpose that you use.
Entry and exit chimes are off.
Anybody got any other questions?
Well, I just want to state an observation. I used a blender today for the first time, and by having a pulp in there, it was much harder I couldn't consume the same amount that I do when it's just the juice. It was hard for me to get a full 8 ounces in me. And with the juice, it's nothing to get 16, ounces. So I know that I need fiber in my diet, but I'm like, I couldn't do this every day with the blender. It just, was a little bit much for me.
Well, yeah, let me make a comment because 20 years ago, as you know, Boomy, when I first started the juice, we didn't have Vitamix. We certainly didn't have the NutriBullet, and I was literally juice every day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. But I would get my fiber other places, so you don't have to get your fiber in the juice. Fiber is important, fruit, nuts, grains, those kinds of things will give you good, adequate fiber. But if you want to, like I said earlier, just juicing and getting the straight juice and drinking it down, it will go to your system immediately. And like the other machines, those live enzymes, quality enzymes, about a million going into your system will help to heal you and fight off diseases. So the fiber is going to go through, it's going to do what it's going to do in the colon, then it's going to come out. But the juice is going to go into your bloodstream, into the cells, and help to feed and heal those 100 trillion cells that you have. And those cells, of course, they're like live food. And then the food that we use for all 3 of these devices are live food. And they're just full of those enzymes that we need to have to help with our digestion.
Well, thank you for that information. That brings a lot of clarity that I think people need. I know I needed that. So thank you for that information. I want Ella to unmute herself. Ella G from Baltimore has been doing the videos since I think once we started, and I can tell she's really enjoying this process. So hey Ella, what's been going on with you and your juice in these 8 days? Ella, you still there? Well, while we're waiting for Ella to unmute, if there's anybody else, I think it was Tanisha Oh, you there? Okay, go ahead, Ella.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I've never juiced anything in my life, and since I've started, I haven't drank any kind of juice but I juice, and I am feeling. I was already feeling pretty good, but I'm feeling very good now. And I find that, I drink it all day. Every time I get ready for a drink, I'm drinking the juice. At one point, I was wondering, well, can I drink too much of this? But it's just my body is feeling very good. Now, I don't know the recipes and all of that, so I just be putting stuff together. And I use some organic and tell the difference. So, but this is one of the best things that has happened to me in a long time. I am truly excited about this. And I do believe this is going to be a lifestyle.
Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And that's important what you brought up about lifestyle. One of the things that I'm hoping to get out of this challenge is for juicing to become a habit for me. It's like, you know what? This is like a forced discipline to make this something that I do for the rest of my life. So I'm glad you brought up that point. I wanted my father to answer that question. That she said, you know, can you drink too much juice? Or is there any type of juice that's not good to drink too much of?
I was on mute. Can you hear me, Billy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, technically, you can drink too much of anything. You can drink too much water. But from a practical point of view, I mean, if you drink like 8 ounces at a time, put some space for maybe 30, 40 minutes between that, it's basically you can't drink too much of it. Now, having said that, if you're diabetic, you can drink too much carrot juice or beet juice because they got sugar in it. It's a good sugar, but it's still, nevertheless, is sugar. But as from a practical point of view, it'd be very difficult to drink too much juice, especially if you got the right ingredients in there, having at least 25% of what in your juice being broad leafy green juice. Green juice is just so powerful. It's a chlorophyll. It's a cleanser. It's very high in nutrients, and this is what you always want to have some green with the carrots or whatever else you have. So the long answer is no. You really can't drink too much, but you do have to space it because it goes goes directly to your bloodstream. And if you got all carrot juice, you probably wouldn't want to drink more than 16 ounces, within the hour. Okay.
Now I have another question. Of course, fruit tastes good because fruit has the sugar in it. I know Charlene has shown different kinds of grapes that she was juicing, and I just commented. I said, "Ooh, that's a lot of sugar." Now I know you have your philosophy now, which has evolved over the years. You just told me recently you eat your fruit, but you juice your vegetables. But can you talk a little bit about? I just didn't know if that is okay for her to do, if there was a concern there or whatever, or if it's okay in moderation. Have you ever juiced grapes before?
Well, basically, I've never juiced grapes because grapes are really so juicy. They are, they mash up in the juices. So to answer that, from a practical point of view, we really, most fruits we really don't need to juice them because they're already like 80-90% water. So it's really best to eat your fruit because you got fiber in the fruit. And some people, it really could spike your sugar. It could spike the sugar if you get too much of a fruit juice, even though it's got a lot of juice in it, but sugar will spike your blood sugar if you just eat too much of the juice. So it's alcohol. I've learned over the years.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody came off of mute, Charlene. I don't know if that's you out getting your eyes done or somebody has that's been talking in the background.
But I just wanted to let you know that was not me. That was Denise that made the grapes. She's making some kind of drink with all them grapes. That wasn't me.
Oh, okay. All right. Apologize for that. But yeah, I just wanted to address that in case there was, an issue there. So pass the information on to her.
Let me give you another case where from time to time that you might do a fruit. Well, from time to time, I would juice a pineapple. Now, a pineapple is just tastes delicious. It's got a lot of sugar in it. But I would juice it for the bromelain. Bromelain is so important to get the bromelain. The bromelain helps with a lot of different things. So on occasion, I might juice part of a pineapple. And when I juice a pineapple, I make sure I always do the core. The core of it got more bromelain than any other part. And as far as juicing a pineapple, if you get an organic pineapple, you can juice the whole thing. Not the green stem on top, but all the other parts is edible.
So that outside brown part, if you get an organic pineapple, juice the skin.
Yeah, that outside brown part. And guys, we need to remember now, God made the whole fruit, and we and all the whole vegetable. We tend to throw the outer part away, and in most cases, 40% of the nutrients is in the skin. And for example, from time to time, I would juice a sweet potato. Sweet potato is one of my favorite foods, and I would juice a sweet potato. Get it sweet potato. Sweet potato is already sweet, but I wash it off and I mix it in with my collard greens and my kale and my carrots and whatever else. I juice them because it got tons of vitamin A in sweet potato. So, but my point is,
there are 2 moderators and 7 participants on the call.
So certain things, certain fruits might juice on occasion, and you certainly wouldn't drink. I wouldn't drink more than 4 ounces because, and if you're diabetic, you don't do that at all. But it will spike your sugar because it's good sugar, but it will spike your blood sugar. But primarily today, I juice vegetables. I eat my fruit, and I juice my vegetables. In fact, Boomy, Jerry's doing really well with juicing. She made some today. Don't know quite what to put in it, but it tastes delicious. It tastes sweet. We like sweet stuff, so we equate sweetness with being delicious. I know she had carrots in it. She had a number of green things in it. Had about 4 or 5 different ingredients in it, and it was just delicious.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that. This has been some great information. I know we got about 5 minutes left. Is there anybody else out there who'd like to share? I don't know who all is on the call, but go ahead, step up, unmute yourself, and just say your name and share anything you'd like to share about these your past 9 days or so on the challenge, 8 days.
Hey, Boomy, this is Kevin Clark out of Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. Kevin and Kenya been making their videos. They started out with the blender and went to the store, got their juicer. What's been going on with y'all, Kevin?
Well, since I have Mr. Zeke and Brian on the line, I have a question. Are there any type of fruits and vegetables that help stimulate weight loss? Yes, I can talk to that. If you're juicing vegetables, it will help with weight loss because with the juicing in the vegetables, vegetables are very low in calories, but they're high in nutrients. And this is the case where you would be drinking a lot of juice because you're not necessarily getting the fiber. But I would do a combination of juicing, just the juicing, and I would do some of the NutriBullet because in most cases people need some fiber to make them feel full. So you could drink juice, I drank juice every single day for 18 months, and my weight became, normal. I had a lot of energy, but for fiber, I ate fruits, nuts, grains, those sorts of things. But to answer your question, you could get yourself on a regimen of, doing probably anywhere from, I would say, 16 to 32 ounces of vegetable juice per day, and in my opinion, not only will it help your weight loss, it will help your health as well.
Any other questions, Kevin?
And one more question. I'm gonna let somebody else have it. What is the importance of ginger root? Could you speak to that? Yeah. I got some ginger root right here on my counter. Ginger root is good for a number of things, but I use it as a blood cleanser. It helps to clean and purify your blood. I mean, in our culture today, we got dirty blood. We have absolutely dirty blood. I mean, our kidneys is working overtime, filtering, blood. And if we eat a lot of processed food, you're going to have, really a challenge with your blood. You're going to have the platelets sticking together. So, and by drinking juice, that's going to help to cleanse your blood and move it through the kidneys with less filtration are needed. So ginger root is really good. It's all natural, but it will help to cleanse and purify your blood.
Does that also help with digestion issues too?
Yeah, it does because of course, like it's full of enzymes, and in my reading, that's one of the things that it helps with is digestion. Juicing in general will help with digestion. In fact, if you eating a meal, traditional meal, cooked food, which when we cook food, we kill the enzyme, and it becomes really dead food, and we lose much of the nutrients. We lose pretty much all the vitamins and some of the minerals. Most minerals can stand the heat, but the vitamins can't stand the heat. Anytime you get to 105 degrees to 120 degrees, the food is dead. Traditionally, we eat dead food. So this is why juicing is important, because you eat a live food, you get all those live enzymes to help with digestion. So if you eat a traditional meal, it would be good to drink an 8-ounce glass of juice with the meal. You have better digestion and better elimination.
Okay, that's good advice. Now, when you say drink it with the meal, you mean like after? Because I always heard that you really shouldn't eat and drink at the same time.
Okay, well, there's a couple of schools of thought on there. You have enzymes to help break down your food. So let's say, for example, if you're drinking a glass of water or anything, it helps to wash the enzymes down, so it'd be a little bit more difficult for the enzymes to break down the food. But what I'm finding is so many people in America don't drink enough water, so they still have a challenge, even though they may not drink the water right then and there. Which, in my opinion, they should be drinking the water as much as they can, because they need water to help with the cleansing, to help with the elimination. So I'm finding that it doesn't make too much of a difference if you drink with your meal. In fact, I've actually been testing that for probably about the last 2 or 3 months, and me as an individual, I haven't noticed any difference, because I have a regimen of drinking 2 quarts of water, and sometimes that's a challenge to get that much in. So I've been drinking some actually with my meal and some after the meal.
Okay, all right. So it's I know there's a lot of information out there. Some saying they don't eat and drink together. And then, of course, we know that, anything like carbonated drinks and whatever, we really need to stay away from those. I never did drink soda, but you definitely don't want to drink that kind of bad beverages with your food if you're going to do it. do it at all. Hey, is there anybody? I don't want to leave anybody out. I know Brian said, hey, let's try to really keep this to the 30 minutes. I don't know if Anita's out there because she's done videos. Sharon's been posting. She's been on the challenge every day. And is there anybody else there that'd like to share?
Namaste. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hey.
I am Rosa J. Hodge.
Oh, Rosa. Hey, Rosa. Glad to have you on.
I'm glad to be a part of this. I started a little late, but I'm there. So there's a book out there for those people who want to know a little bit more about raw juices, and it's called Fresh Vegetable and Fruit Juices. It's by a doctor by the name of N.W. Walker, and he describes the whole process of raw juicing, and also in his book he states diseases or experiences that we are having, and combinations of vegetables and fruits that will help eliminate that experience. So the book is called Fresh Vegetables and Fruit Juices by N.W. Walker. And it should be on Amazon.com. There's another book.
I'm looking at that book as I speak. That he is considered. Dr. Walker is considered the father of juicing.
I love his book. I've been using it for a long time because my desire is to eliminate a lie that they told me 30 years ago about having type 1 diabetes. I'm 61. And Dr. Walker said, that's impossible, Rosa. Something has to be else wrong. So I've also changed my whole diet. I'm gluten-free, and I know raw juicing works.
Oh, absolutely, it works because it helped heal cartilage in my right knee. And that was 20 years ago.
So my desire is not to extend this on to the next 60, 90 days. And I know that in that process, I agree with you when you were saying about 32 ounces of juice, which means that you can split it up throughout the course of the day. It can replace whatever kinds of meals. You know, when they put me on this diet of having 6 meals a day, well, part of those meals now have become my juice. So that's cool. You know, and like you said, you have to drink more than what you eat because my diet is basically juice, fruit, vegetables, not fruit, vegetables, and I eat more of them to just maintain the calorie count of 1,200 calories a day. So it seems like a lot when I first started, but it becomes more acceptable as I go along. You know, drinking water and drinking juice and eating vegetables, you know, by the serving, it's just a lifestyle that I have learned how to maintain. You know, it's a little trying sometimes when you're out, but it just means that I have to take my food, my juice with me. I'm out in the street all day long. So I have a little bag that I carry my juice around. I have a container that keeps my juice cool for 10 hours. You know, it's buying stuff that I need to make my day a lot easier because the world out there does not serve me the way I need to be served. I can't go to the store and buy me a gluten-free sandwich with vegetables. So I have to carry my stuff with me. So it's maintaining a lifestyle. Health. To be healthy. So I thank you for inviting me. It's good doing this with somebody else.
Well, you know what? I thank you for getting on the call and being part of the challenge and sharing what you just shared. That's really an inspiration. I mean, I can see that you have a discipline that I know a lot of people are working on cultivating, even myself. But that's commitment to, you know, take your meals with you, being committed to, you know, like you said, the truth that there is no problem with you don't have any blood sugar issues when you're making sure that you are eating right so that can you know, you can stay healthy in that area. So I really applaud you for that. And hey, Brian, I'm gonna swing it to you in a second. But as we end, I just want to say that I'm, you know, as I get older, I'm really looking forward to staying energetic, looking younger than my age, being able to, you know, travel and be prescription free, and I'm with the wellness company, so hey, I take my supplements. Even like Charlene, her team, they've been putting their minerals and Beyond Tangy Tangerine inside their juice, and O'Brien's been putting his isogenic shake inside of his juice to get the protein. So we still do those supplementations that we all know are good, but the live enzymes that God put on the earth, that they can't be replaced. I always love to say, and I learned from my father, live body needs live food. Hey Brian, I'm gonna let you swing it to you so you can close it out for us, and I'm sure we'll do another call before this 30 days are up.
Well, thanks, Boomy. We're going to keep those videos coming in and keep those comments coming in. And guys, as you're going through your day and you're sharing your experience and you want to kind of relate this to someone, just, tell people that, it's like your car, a high-performance car, whether it's a BMW or Audi or a Toyota Camry, you got to keep that good fuel in there. You got to make sure that, if it says premium, you got to put premium in there. But whatever it needs, you have to give it to that car so the car can keep running for 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 miles. I remember talking to Zeke, and he said, "Man, Brian, my car got a couple 100,000 miles on it. It's still going strong because he puts the right things in it." The body is the same way. It needs to be driven. Cars need to be driven regularly to be in an optimum condition. But it's equally important for the performance of your body to be filled up with the right fuel. And what's that fuel? That's the nutrients that we're getting from these vegetables, from the kale, from the garlic that we might be putting in there, or from the carrots and the juicing that we're putting together in our, whether it's a NutriBullet, whether it's a Vitamix, or like Zeke said, whether it's a traditional juicer, you're getting the right fuel in your body. So keep up the good work. And wow, this is, I believe, day 9 of this wonderful journey. For some of you, it might be day 4, day 5, day 3. But keep telling your friends, tell them to join us. And you know what happens, and Boomy, you can back me up on this. Anything you do for 21 days becomes a habit. So, if you end up going 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, that's okay, because it's one of the best habits that you can have. If there's no other comments or any other questions, we'll close out the call. Okay, guys. Thanks. Keep posting to Facebook. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone with smiling faces and good fruit and vegetables on the page. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.